Silver sales are red hot. I'm going to explain, folks. We got some news out of Pinbacks too. What they are saying. We're going to cover it all today. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much who have subscribed already. Let's try to get to 5,700 subscribers by the end of the month, folks. We're about 83 away from that. So thank you very much for the ones who have subscribed once again. Come join us if you're not yet subscribed. You're going to get the latest news. What I'm seeing, what Pinbacks is seeing. We're going to cover it all, like I said. Let's get into it. Last night, I got a phone call from one of the girls at work. And she says, we need your help. We're getting a little bit busy online with the online orders. Not really online orders. People just emailing us, calling people back. So I said, all right. I said, I'll jump on. So what people are doing, folks, they're just cost averaging their stacks. People, I think there's some fear out there. I'm going to be honest with you. I think there's some fear out there. A lot of people thinking April is going to be the month that silver and gold are going to go crazy. Again, I reported on this. I'm not there yet, folks, all right? I'm just not there. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. You guys know how I run this channel. I don't run this channel on fear. I can only tell you guys what I am seeing at the shop myself. That's all. So I talked to this one woman. She's a regular buyer for us. And she says, I just want to get a tube of Buffalo rounds. She says, I don't play a lot of lottery. She says, I play about $5-6 a week on scratch-offs. And she says, I hit $500. So she says, I got enough money, cash in the sidelines to get a tube of Buffaloes right now. First of all, I said, congratulations to her. I mean, that's not easy to do. No, I don't advise anybody go start gambling to try to win money, because a lot of times you just have to be lucky. All right, I'll leave it as that. So yeah, I do dabble in some lottery tickets every now and then. I think most of us do. And but if you play responsibly, you're being all right. So I'll leave it as this. So she was saying she was very happy. You know, she wanted to get some silver Buffaloes out there. And then I talked to another guy, and he's saying, what's silver gonna do? What's gold gonna do? And I'm like, I'm kind of caught in the middle with that question. I'm like, we don't have the magical answer what silver and gold gonna do every single day. We just don't have that magic globe, just whatever you want to call it, folks. We just don't have it. Don't have a crystal ball. That's what I was trying to look for. And telling everybody what I says, the trend is moving upwards. That is, I says, now we're going to see our pullbacks, folks. We're going to see our upticks. Right now, silver is right in that zone. If people remember, right in the timeline between 2008 to 2011, when silver almost got up to $50. I'll use this again. When silver almost got up to $50 an ounce. We're right in that same zone where silver's right around the same price right now. 33, 34, 30, get up to 35, do a bit of pullback. Then it got up to 35, held at 35 for a little while, went up to 36, held there. Then it finally shot up to almost $50 an ounce. We're in a perfect zone for silver to move. Exactly when is that going to happen? Is that going to happen 6 months from now? Is that going to happen 8 months from now? Or is that going to happen where most people think in April we're going to start zooming up? All right, I'll let you guys be the judge of that. So what Michael was saying at Pinbacks was, newer people are asking more questions about gold right now. Silver sales are very strong, more than last year. People are cost averaging. That's what his words were to me. And in a text message, I want to make that very clear. Silver sales are strong. Newer people are starting to ask more about gold. So are the people starting to dabble into gold more? The newer people maybe don't know a lot about silver or gold yet. That's yet to be really determined right now in my viewpoint. All right, it is good to see the business is picking up. It is good to see people are protecting themselves with silver, gold. You want platinum? I don't think platinum myself is money. We don't sell a lot of platinum at the shop. It's just what it is. It is what it is, folks. I'm just telling you guys the truth of what I'm seeing out there. So with that all being said, all right, yes, I still believe in cost averaging your stacks. Number one. Number two, I'm getting the same reports from Michael and Brian at Pinbacks. If you not check them out, check them out. Let them know that CoinShop Chris sent you. That way, they can judge how much to do the next giveaway when they're able to do the next giveaway. That's all that's for. I don't make a commission. I make a base pay. That is it, folks. So, if you don't want to use my link, perfectly fine with me. Just type in pinbacks.com on your own computers, your laptops, your cell phones, wherever you get internet access from, and order it yourself that way. I do put the link in to make it easy for you guys in every single post video I do. I do a post on every single, and I do put that link there. It's just make it easier for you to tap on that, and it sends you right there. It's not a special link at all. Let's move forward. What do I see coming down the pipeline? You know, I'm going to be honest with you folks. You know, we're in this zone right now. Silver, to me, is primed to go. Gold is primed to go higher, too. I mean, who knows what gold's going to do? Really, who knows what silver's going to do? We know for a fact central banks are still buying gold. And that information is getting out there more and more. Central banks aren't buying silver. Your local banks are buying silver. Maybe not so local, but we know Chase Bank, Bank of America, Citibank is buying silver too. Those are the big players in the silver market right now. Yes, Chase's, JP Morgan owns a lot of silver, folks. You know, why? I mean, you know, we have to think why these banks are holding on to all this, you know, silver, gold, what's coming. That's the key thing right there. Yes, silver's been manipulated for years. It's coming to an end, folks. At what point? I can't tell you it's going to happen tomorrow. It's probably not going to happen tomorrow. Is it going to happen this year? I can't tell you that for sure. When the system breaks, it's going to be all heck breaks loose. Then this is when people are going to be coming into the market, paying a lot higher prices, and your inventories are going to be wiped out. Now, people say there's plenty of silver out there. I can walk into my local coin shop, and they have plenty of silver out there. Oh, that's good. Right now. Right? But we forget what happened back in March of 2023. I'll bring this up again, folks. This is so important. March of 2023 was very hard to source silver and gold. And platinum even. We were waiting 4 to 6 weeks to get some stuff in. It was that dire of a situation. Our safes at the shop were just about bare by the time it got over. Once the stock started rolling in, we were depending on the public to bring it in to us. That is how it can get so quickly. Yes, we are prepared for. Hopefully, we're prepared enough for the next surge. You know, we are trying to keep the well stock. Right now, it's the silver dimes that we're having a problem with. It's the 5-ounce silver bars for us. And it's going to be from bullion dealer to bullion dealer, from shop to shop, where exactly the bullion dealer is selling, your coin shop selling. It's very where you're at in the States or in Canada or the rest of the world. You know, it can be very localized situations. Just because your shop has silver or gold one day, it don't mean 3 weeks from now they can get wiped out, folks. I mean, you know, I'm hearing some people say in the comment section their coin shop has no problem getting silver, has no problem getting gold. Well, great. I mean, it could be isolated. But what I can tell you is we are having a run on 1-ounce gold maple leafs right now. we're having a run on 90% silver. We've always seemed to have that run on 90% silver. Our bullion dealer itself, we just wiped out the rest of his $half as reported early this week. You know, my boss, he says, we should have got more. I should have listened to you, Chris. It's not about listening to me. I just get it in my gut of what's coming down the pipeline. And that's what we have to do, folks, is trust your gut. Don't have to take everything I say to heart. And I hope people don't take it to heart. Cost averaging your stack is the best way to go, no matter what the situation is. Because I don't want you folks to get into a pickle and have to sell your silver and gold. You know, yes, Christmas may be months away still. You know, if you can able to save some cash, put so much cash on the sidelines for Christmas. If you want to buy everybody in your family this, that, whatever. Don't give up your silver to do it, folks. Don't give up your gold to do it. If you just have to take care of the kids, make it special for the kids. You know, and explain to the rest of the family, you know, Uncle Robert don't need new underwear every single year. Uncle Robert can go buy his own underwear. All right? I'm just not trying to be funny, but that's what it is. Some guys don't buy their own clothes. They just wait for Christmas time to get their underwear and socks. I mean, it's true. I mean, but really, if we cost average, it really works out to be the best. And that's what we tried to tell the customers at the shop. Michael and Brian at Pinbacks are, you know, they believe in cost averaging your stack. And, you know, would you want somebody to oversell you all at once and you're unhappy afterwards? You know, maybe you're not unhappy right off the bat, but let's say silver took a nosedive to $2 or $3 down next week. Let's just assume that happened. And you got some coin shop that oversold you and, you know, pushed you into getting more all at one time. That is what I'm trying to say about cost averaging your stack. I'm going to tell you the story about Sears. When I worked at Sears, this was down here in the Florida store. Maybe most of you guys know Florida is a very flat state. We don't have a lot of hills down here. Very flat land down here. This guy had about 2.5 acres of land. He had no trees. Except for one tree on the side of his house, a big royal palm tree. And he wanted to cut his lawn as fast as he could. And he wanted a zero-turn tractor. So I asked him, I says, do you have a lot of trees? He says, I just got one tree. I says, well, I would recommend then not to get the zero turn. I said, I can get your 48-inch cutting deck versus the 52-inch cutting deck on the tractor. And I said, you're probably going to spend about 20 minutes more for what you have for land per cut. I says, that royal palm tree, I can get your 6-turn inch radius versus a zero turn, and I can save you $1,000. And he thought about it for about a little while. He said, I'm going to go home and think about this, what you said. And he comes back later that afternoon. He wanted the zero turn. Okay, fine. Not going to argue with him, right? 3 months goes by. He comes back in. He says, you know what? He says, I really didn't need that zero turn. He says, I really got no use for the zero turn at all. He says, I don't even go near that palm tree. He says, I use the weed whacker. He says, I think I wasted $1,000. Is anything you can do for me? I says, not really. I said, you're out of the return zone. I says, there's not much I can do. I said, let me see what I can do. I says, but, so after calling my girl at the corporate office and explaining the situation, she says, go ahead and return it. And get him what he wants. And he says, you tried to explain to him that he didn't need it. He didn't want to take your opinion. And no, everybody has to take my opinion. But we were able to return it. But I knew I was not going to be able to go to my manager to return it. I knew I had to just go over their head and call the woman that I deal with at the corporate office. And he was happy as pink, folks, all right? He says, thank you for taking the time and helping me out. And he says, I oversold myself. You didn't try to oversell me. And, and that is probably one of the reasons why sales went down, folks, is because a lot of sales associates tried to oversell. And think about that, folks, when you're out there buying your precious metals. Is that coin shop trying to oversell you? Is that online bullion dealer trying to oversell you all at once? I can guarantee you this. Pimax won't do that to you. Most coin shops won't do that to you. Most coin shops do take the time to listen to their customers. I wish there was some kind of, law, I would say, where people don't try to oversell people on anything. But some people take advantage of that situation. Some people take advantage of when you go in to sell to a coin shop, especially if something's left to you, when someone passes away, or you don't want it no more and you didn't really know what you were getting into, whatever the situation is, and you really don't know the value of it, don't ever walk into a coin shop, folks, and say, I know it's worth something, but I don't know how much. Do your research first. Go on, even if you're going to go on eBay and look at sold listings, that will give you an idea what your stuff is worth. You're not going to get that at the coin shop, of course. But that will give you an idea what the threshold is of what is selling, what the value of it is, and really take off 10 to 15, maybe up to 18% from the coin shop, what you see it sold for, because eBay is going to take that 13% fee back. Some coin shops pay more. Some coin shops pay less. Look, you have to shop around when you're taking fiat dollars and trading it in. You have to shop around if you get into a pickle and have to sell. Now, sometimes you need the money right then and there. But if you know you need to sell and you don't need the money 2-3 weeks down the road, and you need the money for something else, you need to sell it off a little bit, shop around, folks. I urge people, I'll end it here. I urge people, even if you're not selling anything right now on eBay, okay? It don't have to be you're selling your coins right now or anything like that. If you have items around the house that you're not selling, it can be packed up in smaller boxes. Maybe it can be just packed up in a bubble envelope. It could be anything, folks. Yes, you can charge for shipping, blah, blah, blah. Wrap it up, Start your base there, because you never know if you ever going to have to use eBay in the future to sell. And that just builds up your feedbacks when you do sell. And if you have to sell precious metals on eBay, your feedback score is going to be 100%, let's hope. And you're going to have some feedbacks there already when you do turn around and sell. Hey, look, it can be 1 or 2 items a month from around the house if you're not using that item. Maybe you go to the flea markets. You see something there. You can flip that for double or triple what that person's selling it for. It's antique or whatever the case may be. And you can make some money off of it. And you can flip it on eBay. Hey, look. That builds up your eBay score. Just an idea, folks. I thank you for watching. If you folks have any questions for me, please reach out to me in my email. I'm always happy to help anybody out there. Until this afternoon, we will catch you in this afternoon's video. We will see you later. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. See you later.